everybody, I'm Mummy Bear. Lovely to see you and welcome to the Three Bears cottage. I'm just having a little sit down on Baby Bear's chair, having a little drink of tea, and that's just reminded me, sitting on Baby Bear's chair, because I'm a little bit too big for it, it's reminded me of a story that I used to know from a long time ago, something that happened to us, and it's a story that you may know as well. It's about a little girl called Goldilocks who came to visit our house once. Would you like to sit somewhere comfortable and then you can listen to my story? Lovely, you might have a little chair like Baby Bear's got. You might want to sit on someone's lap. This happened a long time ago and it was a lovely sunny morning. We were just making breakfast. I think that Daddy Bear was probably pouring the porridge oats into the pan and giving it a good stir. And Baby Bear, I think, was probably helping to lay the table and putting all the bowls and spoons out. We got our porridge all ready, but it was a little bit hot. We tried a tiny bit. It's very steamy. Ooh, couldn't eat that at all. It's much too hot. So we decided to go for a walk in the forest. It was like I said, a lovely sunny day. So it was a beautiful day for going for a walk. And when we went for a walk, we could let our porridge cool down and then it would be ready for when we came back. So off we went. While we were out of the cottage, a little girl called Goldilocks came past. Now she had been looking at the cottage and thinking, well, that looks very cosy. It's got a lovely warm fire and there's a lovely smell of porridge. And she thought, I wonder if anyone's at home. Do you know what naughty Goldilocks did? She knocked on the door. There was no answer. She opened the door. She came into the cottage. And she smelt that lovely smell of porridge. She thought, I wonder if anyone will notice if I just sneak in and try a little bit of the porridge. What do you think about that? That's not a very good thing to do. So, naughty Goldilocks, she came into the kitchen and she tried the first bowl of porridge. I think it may have been Daddy Bear's porridge. She tried some. Oh, it was much too hot. She couldn't eat that at all. She tried the next bowl of porridge. That had gone a bit cold. That wasn't quite right at all. I think that may have been Mummy Bear's porridge. She tried the next bowl of porridge. It was just right. And naughty Goldilocks, she ate all of the porridge up. Oh dear, Baby Bear won't be very happy about that. Then Goldilocks looked around and she went into the sitting room where she saw 3 very comfy looking chairs. The first chair she sat on was a big chair that Daddy Bear liked to sit in. It had a hard wooden back and it had 2 arms for him to rest his big bare paws on. Goldilocks climbed into the chair and she sat in it, but she really wasn't comfy at all. It's much too hard, she said. She tried the next chair, which is a lovely squashy chair with lots of cushions. She climbed up into it and she squashed down. Oh, it wasn't really very comfy for her. She couldn't get her little legs to the end. She said, no, this one is too squashy. I think it may be Mummy Bear's chair. She tried the next chair and it was just a little chair. It's just the right size for her. So she sat down on Baby Bear's chair and she broke it. Oh dear. They're not going to be very pleased about that. Naughty Goldilocks. The next thing she did is she climbed up the creaky stairs to the top of the little bear's cottage. And that's where they had their bedroom. And there were 3 beds. There was a big bed with a hard back oak headboard where Daddy Bear could sit up and read his newspaper in bed. And there was another bed. And it was full of big squashy pillows. And it was all soft and bouncy, but just a little bit too bouncy. And she tried that one. and she couldn't sleep in that bed at all. She tried the next bed. It was just a little bed. It had a little tiny headboard and a lovely colourful blanket on it. And she crept into that bed. Yes, it was Baby Bear's bed. Oh dear, she crept into Baby Bear's bed. It was so comfortable. She fell asleep straight away. And that's where she stayed, fast asleep in Baby Bear's bed. Oh my goodness. Well, what happened next? Out in the forest. I think we'd had a lovely walk, but it was probably time to come back into the cottage now. Thought, we've worked up quite an appetite. We're ready for our porridge. So off we went back into the cottage, straight into the kitchen, where we looked at the kitchen table. What's been going on here, we wondered. There were 3 bowls, but the first one had some porridge in it, and the second one had porridge in it, but the third one didn't have anything in it at all. But they all looked like somebody had been having a little taste, because there were little spoon marks in all the porridge, and there was a little bit of mess all around the table. And Daddy Bear bellowed, "Who's been eating my porridge?" And I was very shocked. I said, "Who's been eating my porridge?" And then Baby Bear looked in his bowl. There was nothing in there. And Baby Bear said, "Who's been eating my porridge and has eaten it all up?" Poor Baby Bear. We went into the sitting room to have a little sit down. Oh, we saw all the chairs, and there were cushions everywhere, and it all looked a bit of a mess. And Daddy Bear, he bellowed, "Who's been sitting on my chair?" And I looked at my chair, and I saw the cushions were all out of place. I said, "Who's been sitting on my chair?" Oh, and then poor Baby Bear, he looked at his chair, and he said, "Who's been sitting on my chair? And they've broken it." Oh, poor Baby Bear. His porridge is gone, his chair's broken. We decided to have another look around the cottage. Something very odd was going on. Up we went the creaky stairs, up to the bedroom. And Daddy Bear took one look at his bed and he bellowed, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" And I looked at my bed, the cushions were all over the place. And I said, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" And then Baby Bear, well, he took one look at his bed, and of course, who was in it? Goldilocks. Goldilocks was fast asleep. She was lying on his cushion like that. And little Baby Bear, he squeaked, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" And they're still there. And we all looked, and there was a little girl with golden hair lying in Baby Bear's bed, fast asleep. She opened one eye. She opened the other eye, and she looked up. And what a shock she had. 3 bears, just as she'd woken up. She went, "Ah!" And Goldilocks jumped out of the bed. She ran down the creaky stairs, and she ran out the front door of the cottage, and we never saw her again. My goodness, well, thank goodness for that. I hope you liked hearing about the time that Goldilocks came to visit the little bear's cottage. I'm going to finish making our porridge now. And I hope that you'll have a lovely day. Goodbye.